Yes. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Blue Crystal Literary Magazine, I welcome you all for the Open Mic Poetry November 2K24. We have been hosting this event on every last Sunday of a month. And we have been hosting this event since June 2K24. So, today we have our host, Mr. Julian Matthews. Mr. Julian Matthews is a poet, is a social worker, and he is a good man. He is from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and he has authored many books, and currently he is also doing some work. He has also contributed in the anthology of Blue Crystal Literary Magazine, that is Cultural Vesta. So, without no further delay, I would like to call on the stage Julian Matthews. Mr. Julian Matthews, the stage is yours. Please say some few words about the Blue Crystal Literary Magazine, your experiences, and your field and your experiences in the field of literature. Over to you, Mr. Julian.
Um, I've been a poet for 7 years now. I submitted a few poems to Blue Crystal magazine, and you've accepted 2 of them. Thank you very much. What would you like to know?
Yes, thank you. Now I would like to ask Mr. Lee Fingon, Miss Lee Fingon, to come on the stage and share your poem. First, Mr. Lee, please introduce yourself in 1 or 2 words. That is the rule. You have to introduce yourself. Then you can start to read your poem. Over to you, Miss. We are now welcoming Miss Lee Fingon with our hands. So give her a clap for Lee Fingon.
It's actually Finnegan. It's Irish. I'm a quarter Irish. My
Liz
granddad.
Finnegan. Sorry, Liz Finnegan. Yeah. Yes.
And 2 things about me. Well, one, I'm half Irish, so that's cool, I think. And 2, I really like doing slam poems because I find they express more of just the emotional side of poetry rather than the entire whole of poetry. Just looking for my poems now. I should have prepared. Mm. This one is called Numb. I feel numb as I stare around my room, all my acquired knickknacks clumped together. There's no space for more, but I can't help it. Bringing more, having to jump over a pile of clothes. They're clean, I'll pick them up soon and put them who knows where. Giving something so that they'll fit in a temporary spot. It's a chaotic mess, but I'm handling it. Just give me time. Feeling numb. Emptiness feels like it's closing in. Should I keep these work in progresses or just put them in the bin? I probably won't get back to them, but there's effort in them. Rotting away. At least the floor can be seen. The stacks of stuff to sort. Should I keep this? I don't use it, but it costed money. And it's loved, I think. Into another pile to never be touched until the next consideration. It looks like I'm moving, but I'll handle it. It'll look lived in soon. Numb. It feels smaller than before. There's bags of junk I don't use anymore. I threw them out, but I still love them. They proved that I was here. A chill runs down my spine. I thought I finished that work. I did. I don't use it. It took 2 weeks to make, but it'll just sit there if I don't throw it away. Words echoing off my walls, the small little things that make this space feel grand. But that was just a mess. So I handled it. I wish I'd more time to do it. And that was Numb. Yay! And
Fantastic poem.
can I share another one?
Yes, yes. The poem was very beautiful. It was so patriotic. It was full of emotion. I
Yeah,
really loved
like
it.
my preferred medium
Okay,
is
I have a question
old.
regarding the
Yes,
poem.
yes.
Yes.
Well, I basically came here to listen and I really liked it. What inspired you to write it?
Cleaning my rooms. I technically have 3 spaces, but I've been sleeping in the living room. It's recently much cleaner now, but it used to be full with junk. And my room that I'm supposed to sleep in, it kind of is full of junk, but it was more just stacks and stacks of things that were getting cleaned. And my hallway closet space, it's basically empty barrenness, and it kind of feels blah. And it's kind of to show the differences in depression when you're handling rooms. Like, your room can be extremely messy, looks like you're doing nothing with your life, and you can be depressed. Or your room can look like you're cleaning up, but not finished doing it yet, so you're still depressed. Or it can look clean, empty, with nothing in it, and you're still depressed. You can be depressed throughout all these stages of cleaning in your room or the ways you live in your room.
Yeah, that can be relatable. Thank you for telling me about it.
It's okay.
Yes, I also see the same, because when a person is completely lonely, when a person has no one, so he get into the depression. Everything, every work leads to the way of depression. The same I also have been suffering from last 3 and 4 years. But it also have some ways to get out of it, like you can publish your work, you can meet the other people, you can talk to them, you can have your chat, you can tell them your problem so that they can help you. So these are the ways I can see. Thank you. Thank you for gracing our evening. You said that you have another poem.
Yeah, I have many, but I'll share one of the more tamer ones, I think.
Okay.
This one is called Motions. One foot in front of the other, jumping over little cracks in the sidewalk, climbing old local trees, actions done to get there. Where is there? Places in the future, moving the planet under our feet, something to look forward for. You better believe it. As if we're just cogs in a machine, rotating, cycling, spinning, doing something until we break. Then we get replaced by a brand new cog. They seem just like us, or at least how we used to be. We didn't get to see them much, though, because the mighty operator reaches down, grabbing our broken pieces, and takes us away. Where to? Maybe there. It's been a while since we considered it, but then it's dark, cold, lonely even. Who would have guessed that we would have missed the other cogs? Didn't really get close to them, just barely grazing paths in our cycles, unable to see a light. But it feels like others are around us, yet our broken pieces can't reach out. If only we tried harder, if only we spun better, if only we looked cleaner, if only we didn't break. Why? Pushing ourselves to move forward is all we've ever known. It didn't matter how tough it was to keep going. We could have gone longer. But is that what we wanted to do? Rotating forwards. That's what we were told to do. Was there any other option? Maybe slipping into the machine, hiding behind the other cogs, motionless, where the operator couldn't reach us, unless they broke the cogs intentionally to grab us. But then they'd end up here as well. Maybe this was for the best. Thinking about smiling alongside the others, thinking about spinning amongst the unkept grass, thinking about the best way up a tree. The valley from that high was breathtaking, not like now, bleak to look at. But maybe motions will move backwards, just for us. And there was that.
This poem, actually, it has penetrated into the core of my heart. I have
Yeah.
no word to explain how much deeply I was impacted to listen this poem. This
Ooh.
is inexpressible. Completely, it has completely depicted the panoramic picture of the person's personal feelings, personal motions. That he is emotionless, he is worthy of nothing. He is a flux in us helipilification because he has no other way. I would like to, yes, madam, I would like to personally get communicate with you, and I think that we can have a collaboration uh, together, and you can publish your work in our book, in our magazine, absolutely free. I can help you. You can publish your work in absolutely free in my magazine because your poem has the capacity which can penetrate into anyone's heart. Thank you so much for gracing our evening. It was
It's
very
okay.
beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I will communicate to you on mail after the event. Thank you. Yes. The next is we have Chris. We are Christian Prosser is outside. Now has Bhumika. Yes. The next is Shahrin Khan. Yes, Shahrin, you are on the podium. Over to you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
All right, so it takes guts to share poetry because I'm not professional and I'm not that good either. But I was experimenting with one. It's a short one. I'm
Yes.
not sure if you
Please
guys will
introduce
like it.
yourself. Please introduce yourself. Then you can start your poem.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Shireen and I'm from Dhaka, Bangladesh, and I'm currently pursuing business administration at a university. And yeah, I usually write prose, but I was experimenting with one and I didn't really intend to read anything out because I think my work is not nearly as good as the ones that have been, shared. But let's still read it out.
So what
So,
we gonna have tonight?
all right. So this is the one that I wrote. I didn't publish it anywhere. Um, it's called Tomorrow. I was, struggling with anticipatory anxiety a lot. And I decided that, okay, I have to put an end to that. I don't want to do it anymore. And I'd like to be happy because I think happiness can oftentimes be a choice that we can make. So it's called Tomorrow. And I wrote, well, here it goes.
Has
Tomorrow I
it been
might die.
has it been published anywhere?
No, it hasn't been.
Go on.
Tomorrow I might die, lose all my friends, live on the streets, spiral down into the hollow I feared for so long. Can I die with a smile on my face? It's just a mistake that'll ever be mine, not the people I loved all my life. It's others who always shine, and I who only whines. People might hate me for things I never did. They might judge me for who I choose to be. I know happiness is just a passerby, akin to a rainbow in a summer sky. But I'll still make songs with the happiest chords A, F, G, and C major. I don't care what tomorrow encompasses. I shall look at the world through rose-colored glasses. And all those thoughts of romanticizing pain, well, I say you throw them off the train. That was it. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a nice poem. Now I would like to call on stage Miss Deborah Reimer. So so everyone please clap for Deborah Reimer.
Hi, folks. So I am. I do a poetry open mic in a different venue called Second Life, and it's an international venue. And so I thought, this sounds exactly like a similar, or not similar, but totally different, but a community I would enjoy to meet. So nice to meet you all.
Deborah, you are muted. We can't hear you out.
Oh no! I'm sorry. Okay, I was saying, I am a host in Second Life for a weekly poetry open mic in that virtual world, and there I'm Persephone Phoenix. But I just recently this year started publishing after writing poetry for 50 years practically, and so this one I got into the folklore review, and I think it's a kind of a fun poem. It is something that I wrote for my and I could actually, you guys can follow along if you want to. I'll put it in chat. Sorry. Here we go. Zoom. There we go. Okay, so this is where I'm at. If you guys want to check it out, it's a good place to publish. Anyway, so it's about like fantasy folklore kind of stories. So if you write fiction, they also do fiction. Anyway, so there I have, this is Grim Advice, Stratagems of a Leprechaun who also happens to be my uncle. And this for Garrett Reimer, I wrote it for my nephew. First off, before you wander out alone, sniffing for fortune, have sex at least once, so that your sex is no commodity and blood no restorative. Purity is nothing but a lure for unicorns. Avoid all kings. Castles are for cats with agents, trust me. Fairy godmothering is a racket. First taste for free. Be wary of pomegranates and apples you didn't pick and peel yourself. The sweeter the fruit, the stronger the poison. It's perfectly fine to say no, thank you. No need to be rude about it. Definitely avoid treats accompanied by placards instructing you to eat. It's easy to outgrow the doors of houses you don't own. Why chance it all on some reduction scheme? Magic is rarely delightful for the magic-y. Treat talking toads and poultry warily. They may claim it's a curse, but even so, why fling yourself neck deep into someone else's story? Probably the talking beast won't even give your character a name. At best, you'll be called villager or village girl, and no lines either. One valiant deed will rarely satiate the landed gentry. Plan to waste a decade sorting lentils out of cinders, stealing eggs from giants, or trying to speak with sparrows. Wise up, kid. 90 clever boys before you rode out waving and were never seen again. No postcard, nada. Don't wave. Observe. Be quick and low, silent as stone. Don't think you know everything because nobody ever does. You might feel lucky, but no one beats the house for long. Survive long enough and you become your home. Just another sucker leasing to own. Be wary of those who fall in love with their own lies. Immediately run far away, and if you mentioned it, change your name. That kind of guy starts believing he's speaking for God, and before you know it, you're spellbound on a bus, bound for some hard-bitten years of deprivation performed on tambourine at airports. Chance any escape you can improvise. Once you remember, we are none of us immortal, or we wouldn't have pockets. Expect thieves, especially at revivals. Make it habit to look backstage without apology. See, those curtains aren't walls, just heavy. Look for seams. Before you kick the door down, try the knob. Save your toes for climbing out, gold or no gold. Get old enough, your nephew stops pretending he's still listening. Just one more thing, and it's important. When the sky is beautiful, remember to look down and swerve around the inevitable piles of shit ahead. I'm finished. You can go. And come back if you make it to 40, and I'll tell you all the really scary stuff. And that's it.
Terrific poem. Can you just tell me what inspired you to write this poem?
Yeah, my nephew was going off to college, well, to graduate school. He'd done undergraduate, living with his parents. He was going off to graduate school, and now he's studying to be a doctor. But he'd lived in this tiny town in Kansas. He'd never been anywhere, and I live in New York City, and I have for most of my life. So anyway, I was trying to kind of prepare him for
Yes, very, very, very
disaster.
nice poem.
Deborah,
Very nice poem. Thank you. Thank you
Deborah,
so
I
much.
loved it. I loved it, and I really liked the way you recited it. Yeah, it was so lively and jaunty. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And if you
Yeah.
guys are ever in Second Life, it's a virtual place. I run the Blue Angel Poets Dive, and my name there is Persephone Phoenix. Oh, and we have a publication, but it's only specific to that. It's not. You have to be in Second Life to submit your work.
I wanted
Okay.
to say, I really liked it as well. I've never heard anything like it before. It was gorgeous. I was like shook the whole time. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, Deborah. Now, the next person is LKN. LKN. The LKN poetry.
Hello. Magandang gabi. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lakan, and I'm from Pilipinas, or in English, the Philippines. And I've been a poet for 7 years, just like Julian. I didn't know that. I know Julian from years back. So it's
So
good to be
you
here.
are
It's
a
my
friend
first
of
time.
Julian, right?
Yes, yes. I admire his work. So
Okay. So
it's
both
great
of
to
you
see a
are
familiar
poets.
face.
Both of you are
Sorry.
poets.
Yes, I'm a poet.
So what we gonna have tonight?
Okay, the poem I'm going to share tonight, I wrote it as an expression of my childhood. I come from a broken marriage. I was in the witness stand when I was 5 years old. And this is a voice coming from that time. And the title of the poem is You apostrophe S, use. We are the children raised broken. Like a vow parents break, our freedom falls as mama's and papa's choice soars. We never have a say. A mute is born in us. When marriages scream death, everyone becomes a halved. The pains have it. Behind our pillows, underneath report cards, below the untouched plates, we are the children deeper than the night. Awake still, even at 3 p.m., we lie at the shadows, hiding the innocence lost. Now it makes sense. Our youth is stolen by a love annulled by joys, divided by the homes once whole. We remain scattered on houses with just a portion of our names incomplete with holes in them. We can only peek behind restraining orders on who owns the custody of our missing. Missing leases us now. We're nomads of hyphens, begging on rations of allowances that doesn't allow us to complain. The pains we write in our labels were marked by visitation rights, the volley of addresses that doesn't address the breakdowns that toilets wouldn't flush out. We are the offsprings, springing from families that turned off our identities, paraded in corridors and street corners of records that records the deed of the dead lots found in our bodies, dressed inside our uniforms to appear we're fine. We should be okay with our tattered persons. They say we'll grow up from it, moving on from broken marriages for children is a lie. We become a hollow alibi, a we turned to us, detached, like our parents. At least they're free, right? But we, the children, will never be. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, everyone.
Yes, salamat, salamat. It was very nice. Very beautiful poem. The way you have expressed the poetry, it was fantastic. Thank you for gracing our evening. Thank you. Now, I would like to call on stage Miss Ruva.
Hi everyone, I'm Rua. Just Rua is fine. Can you hear me? Awesome. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say. I'm Rua. I haven't been writing very long, but I'm really excited to share. So this one that I wrote is called Daughter of the Dark. Let me get into it. A man
Yes, go ahead.
offers, thank
Yes,
you.
go ahead.
A man offers to walk me home. I almost roll my eyes, but the sharp inhale of my foremothers stops me dead in my tracks. I'm smarter than that. So I smile, contort my body into a sputtering apology. He, behind me anyways, hands me back the truth that I exist to be a compliment. You breathe life in me when you call me beautiful, and you take it just as quickly when you see that I am not altogether wonderful. It is in this moment, the wrangling of fragile bones, unfurling of half-moon smiles, when the stitches down my chest pop open and my heart beats as if chasing something it can almost reach, almost see, when I, the daughter of witches you didn't burn, vessel of powerful magic that dances from my fingertips in abundant carelessness, I fail to thank you. Hold my legs over each other and my arms across my chest like a gift, and reduce my voice to a whisper lest it take too much space in your ears. This is not a poem about feminine woes like songs sung from the cracked lips and calloused tongue of my mothers, or an ode to youth lost with panties, or a love song to ears undeserving of my truth. This is a screw you to my sister's boyfriend, who speaks of her like a trinket in the hands of a kleptomaniac he loves to take and never to keep. This is a prayer to the universe that your spine breaks open and your voice abandons you before you reach out for me. Text your friends when you get home, double check that your doors are locked, fear my voice, fear the anger that boils in my soul, punches walls and screams, fear my elegance and eloquence, but mostly fear my dick. Fear what's here to you, who says I'm beautiful only when I'm scared. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Mahalo. Fantastic poem. You have written a very good poem. Thank you.
Can
Now
I
I
ask
would like
a
to
question regarding the last poem, Ruva, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Could you reread the last line?
Oh, okay. Fear my elegance and eloquence, but mostly fear my dick. Here's to you who says I'm beautiful only when I'm scared.
Here's to you who says beautiful only when I'm scared. I really like that line.
Thank you.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Well, I don't really know what to say. Like elaborate on the last line.
Yeah, like who says I'm beautiful only when I'm scared? Was that the line?
Yeah. I feel like where I live mostly, people, like, there's just like almost a kind of anxiety you feel as a young woman, you know, going about your business. And people always like are like, oh, you're so beautiful, or like, hey sister, come here. And they don't see that, you know, you're kind of terrified and you're not you know, like entertaining them out of genuine interest. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
Thank
makes
you.
sense. I really like that.
Ruva, oh, sorry, Shireen.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Oh, okay. You made me stay, Ruva, for a few more seconds. I was
Uh,
about to log off, and I was like, "Oh my God, I need to like finish this poem." That was brilliant. Yeah, I left. You can connect with me on Instagram, the Alcan Poetry. So I'd love to hear more of your work. So
thank
thank you so
you
much,
so much.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I would like to call on stage Bhumika Ajagar. Miss
Yeah.
Bhumika,
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
yes, you are audible, but we cannot see you.
Yeah, and I sincerely apologize for that note because I just had a power outrage right now. So the internet is also working kind of slow. I
Yes, you can
sincerely
go ahead.
apologize for that. So,
Yes.
hi, warm wishes, everyone. I'm Bhumika, and before I go into my poem, I just wanted to share a few words that what inspired me to go with this poem. So, I would like to start with a quote which says that no matter who you are, where you are from, your skin color, your gender identity, you must speak yourself. If you want to love others, you should love yourself first. So this was quoted by one of my favorite singer, an outstanding, courageous, and a mesmerizing singer known as Mr. Kim Namjoon, often known as Rap Monster from BTS. So his word inspired me to compose this poem, and it's called "A Pretty Is a Lie." So this poem is all about the term pretty, which constantly emphasizes on the physical appearances and physical attractiveness, and thus create a pressure for the individual to conform to the societal beauty standards. This pressure may lead to the feelings of inadequacy or anxiety about someone's looks. Like many of us might have observed a new trend on some social media like Instagram or Facebook, where people try to pretend or achieve a pseudo or made beauty personalities, which indirectly contribute to the societal beauty standards, and that somehow lead to the individual who are forgetting about their real personality and accepting a real personality. So I won't take much of your time and I'll start with a poem. So this goes like, in this world of beauty, we often reveal a facade of perfection, a careful stippy. But behind the smile, a secret we must keep. For a pretty is a lie, a mask to conceal. The imperfection that we try so hard to seal, the scars, the flaws, the marks of time unveil. The true self hidden beneath the surface revealed. For a pretty is a lie, a mask to conceal. We put on makeup, dress in finery, to cover up the blemishes of our history. But deep inside the truth still lingers near, for a pretty is a lie, a mask to conceal. So let us embrace our authenticity and shed the mask that we wear with such ease. For only then we can truly set ourselves free from the prisons of pretense, from the chain of deceit. So let us be real, let us be true, and reject the notion that pretty is all we do. Let us try to love ourselves, our real self. Acknowledge the fact that a pretty is a lie, a mask to conceal. A pretty is a lie, and a mask to conceal. So thank you everyone for your patience. That's what all me.
Bravo. Very good poem.
Thank
Actually,
you
the
so
pretty is what actually is. We are actually black men. We are actually black men. And we
yeah,
are wearing the white masks on our black faces.
yeah, exactly. So
What we see is not actually truth. If we
yeah.
see the day, if we see the light, we must notice that there is a darkness. If we believe in God, we must believe in Satan. That has become the personality of modern day humans, and
Exactly.
which has been vividly painted by the brush of you. Very
Yeah.
good poem. Clap.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I would like to call on stage. Who is next? I think I forgot. I forgot. Who is next? Yes, John. Sir John, you are on the stage. You are muted, sir. We cannot hear you, sir. You are muted. You can unmute yourself.
Okay, I finally figured out how to do it. All right. Yeah, I need to. Okay.
Yes.
I have a poem here. All right. This is called Artichoke. In a desperate hour, pain devours even thought. And yet, in a minute, I can paint words with wisps of blue flame, consuming the pain. This afternoon is a steamed artichoke. As I pluck one petal at a time, dip it into honesty, and with my teeth, pull the wax fruit, which drops onto my tongue. The Alamo waits in my memory, like the hidden heart I will eventually find. And I will devour it with garlic butter, somewhere between pain and fury, somewhere between the toothless silence and the aftertaste of disdain. So it's my poem called Artichoke. Thank you for letting me read. And I hope you all have a great day. I'm loving all of the poetry that I'm hearing and seeing faces, and people have a lot to say, and it's very nice. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so
I'll
much.
pass.
Thank you so
I'll
much,
pass.
Prof. Yes, for gracing our evening. Now I would like to call on stage Sea Dragon. Miss Sea Dragon. I can see their name is Sea Dragon 713. You are on stage. Can you hear me? Hello? So we
She Dragon, are you there?
Hi, I am, but I'm on another Zoom. Sorry.
I think C is not, I think there is a communication problem. So we will move ahead with Christian Foster. Christian.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Once again, Christian, for last 4 months, we have been listening your poems. And now we are once again here with you. Please say some few words about you. What inspired you to be a poet? And
Okay, so
start your poem.
my name is Chris, or Kristen, not Christian. People call me Christian, but that's incorrect. It's pronounced, I'll put it in the chat so you can pronounce it correctly, but it's pronounced Kristen. One second.
Christian,
I am
right.
a poet. I'm a poet, self-published author. I published 7 poetry books on my own. I have my own brand of poetry called Poetry Roots. I'm a content creator, so I create poetry content on my Instagram page and my Facebook page. I do have a YouTube channel where I produce my own poetry videos. And I create, other content and, different merch and stuff on my website. So I'm still working on building my website. But I'm going to be reading 2 poems. The first poem is called Digital Whispers. Okay, one second, let me just finish typing. Okay. Digital whispers. Truth drowns in pixels, one click at a time, while falsehood spreads faster than summer wildfire. We scroll and swipe, consuming the lies. Each share button pressed makes deception rise higher. They dress it in headlines that scream to be read, package poison and posts that are perfectly spread, algorithm approved, bot amplified, until fiction feels realer than what's verified. Did you hear? They whisper through the fiber optic veins their hidden truth. They hidden the truth. Paranoia reigns. Conspiracy theorists spin tales in the night while fact checkers chase them with diminishing light. We're all guilty here in the game that we play, forward fragments without checking the way. It's easier to believe what confirms what we know than to question the sources of info we show. In the echo chambers, we're losing our way. Where deep fakes dancing and truth starts to sway. Each viral story builds walls in our minds until we can't see past the lies we're behind. But listen, there's power in pausing before we proceed and asking who profits from making me believe, and remembering wisdom isn't found in a feed and its truth isn't measured by how fast we speed. So let's break these chains of digital deceit. Face uncomfortable facts, make knowledge complete, because the real revolution isn't sharing the lie, but standing in truth where the world asks us why. Now tell me, what stories are you letting define your sight? What whispers of falsehood keep you up at night? The truth may be harder, but it sets us free from the beautiful prison of what we wish could be.
That was really good, Kristen, and I think is one of the most important issues facing us in the world today, certainly in the US, after what we had to listen to leading up to the election, and then the excuses people made for why they voted the way they did. And just, you laid it out nicely. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Can we have our next poem, please? Christian?
Sure. They taught us words could never hurt, but bullets are just letters within sentences, verdicts passed down from judgment, digital daggers in the dirt, viral venom from favored brow, algorithms amplified rage, each click a trigger being pulled as hatred spreads from page to page, till mercy's voice is slowly consumed. We forge our phrases into steel, share, repost without a thought, and comment designed to steal, spread falsehood, and disown the real. The peace that truth once bravely bought in echo chambers deep and dark, we stockpile ammunition made of twisted facts and toxic snark till civil discord starts to fade. Our keyboards rattle like machine guns, spraying judgment through the night, while somewhere someone's daughter runs from words that filled her heart with fright. We wage our wars like invaded shores, launch missiles made of memes and spite. Behind our scenes, we take a bow, never seeing whom we fight. But words, like weapons, have their cost. When weapons of words prosper, internal lives are lost. Each volley sent returned in kind, the better angels of our mind. Perhaps it's time we lay them down, these arsenals of angry prose, before we watch our world drown in poisons every speaker sows, leaving souls to bleed out slow.
Very nice poem. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Now I would like to call on stage our Dewitt Jenkins. Dewitt, you are here?
Yes,
or
I'm
you
here.
left? Yes.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you can start your poem.
Yes. It's two very short poems. One's called Feeling Lonely. Nothing makes me want to live. I feel no stirring in my heart. My God destroyed by secular talk. My heart is heavy as I walk, seeking solace in my dreams, desirous that my life purpose be seen, without the need to camouflage myself or wear a cream. Not be known by my color, race, or gender. Be seen only as a human with a heart that is tender. Felt the divine giving me reason to live. My life is nothing but a fib. In God I trust, He will not let my life turn to rust. And my second, very small one. The day I felt the pastor's dirty mind, what's inside me, I wondered and I thought, is he providing me with the comfort that I had sought? This plucking of my chaste mind and virginity was so hot. Till I realized the pastor was a pedophile and my soul was torn apart.
Do it.
Yeah.
Are you in trouble or in suffering from in some problems?
No.
Then why your poems are full of pathetic tones?
Of what tones?
Pathetic tones.
Oh.
It seems that you are in extreme condition. Poems
No.
are very good, but it seems that you are in trouble, you are in critical condition, you have some problems. Have anything happened to you?
No, not really.
I've been knowing you for almost 5 or 6 months. Anything troubles you?
No.
Then why your poems are so soulful? Why they are full of emotions? Your poems are extremely good, extremely good, full of pathetic notes. Thank you, dude. Once again, thank you. Everybody is alone in this world. We have come to this world alone and we have to go back alone. And we have to live our life alone. And we have to know the ways how to live and how to spend our life alone. Thank you. Now, I would like to call on stage the guest of honor, Mr. Julian Matthews. If you are here, please come on the stage and please share your poem. Mr. Julian
Hi.
Matthews.
Hello. How many minutes do I get for this feature?
You have unlimited minutes.
Okay, tell me when to stop if I bore you. So I'll just share the screen. I have about 10 poems, but maybe I'll do 5 or 6. So this first one is called Punctuation. It comes with a trigger warning. It's has suicide ideation, depression, trauma. So if you have to mute yourself because of some of the serious issues brought up by this poem, maybe you'll have to do it to protect yourself. Okay, so let me just share it. Can you all see it? Is it okay? This is called punctuation. Yep. Okay. It's quite obvious you consider yourself a question mark. You like the mystery of it. You want to be an enigma so that others will be curious about you, even romantically curious, maybe. The question marks sit on your head like seahorses, their eyes in mock terror, silent and drifting with a soft tide. Perhaps one question mark was about your near suicide, another the depression that led to it. Another was the search for your identity, another your dilemma with your gender, another your tentative sexual awakening, another your parental purgatory that drifted between hell and heaven. You feel in between sometimes, like the pause in the comma of this sentence of your life. Or perhaps the forgotten, less often used, increasingly redundant semicolon, that longer pause that separates two equally worthy thoughts. It irks you that others still can't see there is more to you. No one has really peered close enough right into your soul to uncover the beauty of your exclamation marks. Perhaps you haven't felt them yourself for some time. Perhaps you're tired of being labeled with air quotation marks that suggest you are someone you are not. So you stand up at the microphone, breathe in and stretch tall and straight, hoping others will exclaim and see the point of you. Or perhaps you are hyperventilating because you're trying to reinvent by hyphenating journalist, writer, freelancer, author, editor, teacher, lecturer, trainer, speaker, columnist, artist, poet, drama queen. Perhaps your inner longings are for the pregnant pause of a period. Perhaps the search for you, who you are, would end finally with a full stop. Perhaps all you ever wanted was to be a good lover, spouse, parent, maybe even a great homemaker. Perhaps some nights you would no longer feel that engulfing emptiness that descends with the unfinished poem, grappling with stanzas that have lost their rhythm, the rhymes that seem so forced, the climax of a fake sonnet, the words that do not come, the words that do not come. And perhaps the next time you will no longer take the long drive back home alone, feeling like the last dot in an endless trailing ellipsis. And all this needy punctuation will finally end in the warm embrace of your own true self. Thank you. End poem. So my name is Julian Matthews. I was asked to do a feature here by Sahib. Thank you for inviting me. So the next one is called Book Lover. I could be the book you so wanted, that you saved all month to finally get a hold of. How you savored me in your soft hand, smelled my freshness, the subtle hint of warm vanilla, my woody undertone. How you fondled my dust jacket, then removed it. Lay your smooth fingers on my engraved spine, that first time you turned the first page. All curled up to a cozy night of reading back against firm wall, blanket up to waist, and the habit you picked up where you placed your finger in your mouth, light saliva on index to turn the corner of each page, its wetness lingering like a half-remembered kiss, crisp, moist, and tender, lips quivering, eyes enthralled, how your irises glided from side to side, bright twin orbs dilating, picking up cues in the story, stroking your imagination, warming up to the intrigue, adrenaline rising, each end chapter another cliffhanger, words begging you to go on and not stop. Please, don't stop. How you would be seduced by the characters, even begin to love them, their mannerisms, the idiosyncrasies, dress them prettier in your mind's eye, how you would relate to one's brazen attitude, another's sarcasm, be annoyed at another's naivete, adopt them as your own with curious wonder, be suspicious of the too obvious villain, the red herrings, the heroine's savvy, sharp thoughts melding with yours, wishing you were a writer too. How you could weave words together, dream up plots, entwine form just like her, and be a bestseller, famous, beloved, and signing autographs at launches, caviting with the literati, clinking champagne glasses on a yacht, moonlit backdrop, and another author spies you from afar, eyes locking across the room, a mutual yearning, and a sensual promise of a night you will never forget, rising to a climax as your eyelids flutter and slowly shut, as I, the book, slides off your hands and lands contentedly, flaccid, spent, in a soft, gentle thud on the floor. End poem. So I like to write about inanimate objects. So this was taken by a rover on Mars, and one of the first rocks that they found that had a split in the middle. And instead of being kind to the rock, the NASA person who's in charge of posting these photos on Instagram suggested that this rock should be called a butt crack rock. So I thought I'd be in defense of the rock. If a rock on Mars cracks open and no one sees it, if a poem is written but never shared, does the universe still read it? If a song is composed but never played, does the universe still hear it? If art is created but never shown, does the universe still appreciate it? If a dream is dreamed but no one remembers it, does the universe still awaken it to it? If a rock on Mars cracks open and no one sees it, does the universe still care? Oh, rock on Mars, we earthling scientists no less discover you after millennia, yet still choose to insult you. Isn't it just typical colonial mentality to make fun of the natives, to infantilize your brokenness, to invalidate your existence, to excavate your insides and rip your Martian heart out? If a rock on Mars cracks open and no one sees it, does the universe still care for you? Yes, it does. I do. You're no one's primal fault. The universe peers into your soul and sees your shiny center. It cradles your alluvial despair in its sturdy hands. It perceives your rough edges as only poetry. It lowers its ear to your fissure and hears you sing. And when it is quiet late at night and you cry alone, it lulls you to sleep and paints you a Venusian dream. End poem. Thank you. So another poem about an inanimate object. This is about a rotating fan. And when I was looking for a graphic to visualize it, I found this particular fan that I can relate to. One of those old fans you would usually find in an old restaurant or a shop. And by coincidence, it was on a fan company website called Matthews Fan. No relation. Rotating fan. I guess you're not into spin. It's rotation and pivot action that turns you on. It's a kind of salutation, even contemplative. First, this direction, pause. Then that way, pause. Back and forth with soldier-like regularity. A sinking brass player in a marching band. You're a moving instrument of orchestrating the air. The word for it is oscillate, from the Latin oscillare, which means to swing. But you're no swinger. You're a go-go getter, caged on a wall, gyrating to your own rhythm. The music in your head, wind, sublime. Unlike a pendulum that tells time, your tick-tock clockwork motion is what brings the chill factor to every room, rendering us all cooler than we seem. End poem. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, so another
Julian,
one?
so
Yeah.
we are just getting late. I think it's 4:30.
Okay.
So we are just getting, sorry to say, but we are just getting late. So now I would like to conclude this session. So thank you everybody for gracing this evening. Everyone, Julian, Lee, Sandra, Deborah, Ruva, Shahreen, everyone. Thank you for joining our event and making this night phenomenal. We, on the behalf of Blue Crystal Literary Magazine, a registered brand incorporated on September 22, 2K22, we have published 13 books as on date. And in Blue Crystal Literary Magazine, it is a registered brand. So every last Sunday of a month, we host open mic poetry on which everybody from around the globe come together and share their experiences in the field of literature. And everybody of you will receive your certificate of participation, video recording link in your mail by tomorrow. And I wish that we are going to meet once again on December's event, that is Christmas open mic poetry, that will be held on the last Sunday of Christmas. That will be also the end of this year, end event of this year. Thank you, everybody. Sayonara and goodbye. Thank you. You can everybody log off. Thank you.